Hey, what's up everybody? This is Josh, and on this episode I would like to talk about our mind and how our mind plays into our success or failure in reaching our goals. And specifically on this video I want to talk about health goals, and not only just general health, but specifically with food. And we can go even deeper and talk about not only food, but how pure our food is. So vegetarian would be pure, but raw food vegan would be even more pure. And raw food vegan that eats only organic would be even more pure. So there's different layers of purity within the healthy vegetarian lifestyle. And it's very important for people who may be getting started off on the vegetarian journey, or if you're changing the type of vegetarian that you are from, like, say, vegetarian to vegan, or from vegan to whole food vegan, or from whole food vegan to raw vegan, you know, whatever level you're at in the process, if you are changing, it's important that we recognize how important the mind is in this process, because our mind is in a rut. Everybody's mind is in a rut. Some people's rut just happens to be healthier than other people's rut. But if our mind has been conditioned from the time that we were children to believe that fast food is actually food, then when we're older, if we want to make healthier choices, then we may come up against obstacles because our mind naturally flows in a specific direction in regards to what food is. So if we're hungry, the first food that pops into our mind is the food that we are conditioned to believe is real food. So, an example, people who become vegetarian at first may experience hunger pangs more frequently than someone that's been a vegetarian for a while. And also, they would experience hunger pangs more frequently than they used to when they used to eat meat and other things. And so now that they're hungry, the first thing that pops in their mind is showing them the direction that their thought processes go when they're thinking about food. So if you're hungry and the first thing you think about is pizza, then that tells you where you need to change that rut. You need to recognize that rut and say, no, pizza is not food, 3 bananas is food, or something vegetarian or vegan is food. And so over time, as you begin to rearrange the ruts in your mind, you will begin to think of new foods as actual real foods. Because when I first went vegetarian, when I would get hungry, I would think about meat. So I substituted with the faux meats out there. Okay, so then after a while of being a vegetarian, the idea of real meat never popped in my mind anymore. So I became a little more pure by no longer allowing myself to eat the faux meats anymore. So now whenever I get hungry, the faux meats don't even pop up in my mind as real food. Something like a salad or some rice or potatoes or fruits and other vegetables, or some Ezekiel bread or something like that, that's what I think of as real food now. And so for anybody that's just getting started in this process, or anyone that has changed to become, you know, the next step up, you know, keep that in mind. Keep your mental processes in mind, and realize that we have these ruts in our mind, and we have to change the direction of these ruts if we want to make real change. That's why a lot of people will go on a diet, they'll lose a lot of weight, but they never worked on the mind process. They never worked on the rut process. So they go back to the way they were. Some people that were vegan, you know, may have been vegan for years, but they go back to eating meat. It's because they never really dug deep down inside to change that rut process. Now I realize there may be other people that would say that there's other reasons why they went back to eating meat, and that's fine. But I'm talking about from my perspective. If I were to go back to eating meat, that's the way I would see it. That I didn't deeply cleanse and redirect the direction of the ruts in my mind. So the ruts in my mind now say, let's eat some fruits and vegetables. In fact, I got some clean out the refrigerator stew going on over here. Cleaned out the refrigerator today. Got some potatoes, carrots, tomatoes, that type of thing in there. But yeah, let's work together change the direction of what we think of food. So whenever we get hungry, that's when we need to start training our mind as to what food is. So if you get hungry and you think of, Big Macs as food, then instead of going to get the Big Mac, maybe go buy 2 or 3 pounds of bananas and just scarf that down. And if you continue in this process, over time you will begin to retrain your brain into thinking what real food is, because our mind has been conditioned by parents, society, our own hunger, desires. All these things have conditioned our mind into what food is, but we now have to take control of our mind. We have to take control of our life and say, no, I want to be healthy, so this is what food is. And you fill in the blank of what this is. I would say fresh fruits and vegetables is what this is. But everybody has to make up their own decision. So have fun cleaning out the mind and redirecting the ruts that you have been conditioned to think of as food, and live a healthy life, y'all. I'll talk to you later. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe and all that good jazz. Talk to you later. Peace out.